Hello everyone, and welcome to the introduction to the PowerWave, our most powerful electronic source. So the PowerWave is an electronic source that is able to generate AC, DC as well as combined AC and DC signals. Just some main specifications. It can generate AC up to 360 volt, 333 amps. DC, it can generate per line 500 volt. If it's in parallel mode, it can generate up to 1000 amps. Or in series mode, it can generate up to 1500 volt with 300 amps DC. So as you see it, it's quite a big but although compact device. So as it stands here, one unit is 250 kVA or 250 kilowatts of power. The good thing is you can extend it by up to 3 additional slave modules, so you can go from 250 kVA up to 1000 kVA, so 1 megawatt of power if you would like to. You can do it from the beginning, or you can also upgrade it later, basically adding module by module. So let me give you a short introduction tour about the unit, just that you get to know and learn about the basic things about our PowerWave. So as you can see, as it stands here, it comes in It's shipped in 2 pieces basically. So one piece and the other piece needs to be put or built on site together. For that there's a detailed installation manual for that, where it shows how you do that, how you do the cabling, the interconnecting, all the things. So we won't do that in the introduction today. So as I said, there's a special manual for that. So as you can also see, it consists of 4 main cabinets. And the first cabinet here is actually phase 1. So this is one source with 87 kilowatt or kVA of power. So this is phase L1 or A or R, depends on how you name it. So this is one phase. We have a second source, so the second phase L2 here, with the controller in the top. We come to that later. We have a third cabinet, which is the third phase, L3. And the fourth cabinet here is the power recovery. Yes, power recovery, that's about recovering power to the grid. So it's a fully bidirectional source that can source and sink up to 250 kilowatt of power. Yeah, so that's, as I said, from the front side here, just a short introduction. And we will see a bit later about the back side of the unit. So the PowerWave is a very versatile source, so it covers many different applications. The main applications it is designed for is general purpose lab supply, so EMC labs and other labs, electronic testing labs. One focus is clearly on electric vehicle components testing, like battery charging, discharging, inverter testing, DC-DC converters, onboard chargers, etc. So everything that needs a lot of DC power. It can also be used for full vehicle testing, so EMC tests or functional tests of vehicles together with a charging station simulator. Then another application is to test charging station. It can be used as a grid simulator to simulate the AC supply side of the charging station, or it can be used as a load on the DC side of the charging station. So that's for electric vehicle testing, as I said, high voltage components and full vehicles, but it can be also used for harmonics and flicker testing, dips and interrupts for high power, general grid simulator. Just as I said, it's a very versatile source. So let me explain now the back side of the PowerWave. But let's have first a word about the gap you see here. As I explained earlier, the unit is shipped in two pieces, and each piece is packed on a wooden pallet, as you can see below here. So we are here in the final testing department, and here we actually leave them on the wooden pallets, do the interconnecting and test it like that. But obviously when you do the installation at your place, you would remove them first from the wooden pallet, do the interconnecting, move them together, and then the gap is gone. But let's now continue with the explanation about the back side. As you can see, the four cabinets again. Let me start from the left side. So this is the recovery. So on the back side, there's actually nothing to do. On this panel, this cabinet here, this is the input panel, the input cabinet. So if I remove this one, you can see that there's a fuse hole, there's a fuses. Here you would actually connect the power input, so the main side of the PowerWave. But we will come to that later in a separate video, how to connect the input power. So in this cabinet, in the top, this is the backside of the control unit. So here we have the analog control signals. We have also the trigger input outputs, the monitoring input and outputs. We have the remote control connectors, so it's Ethernet and IEEE 488, so GPIB. And the bottom side we have like the analog connector panel where we connect the emergency switch. We have also a separate interlock circuit, which is explained in more details in a separate video how to do the connections. We have the sense line and the main earth cable or PE, protective earth connection of the output side. And on the last cabinet here in the top, this is the output or the connection panel for the master-slave configurations. So if you add a second, third or fourth unit to go up to higher powers, up to 1 megawatt. And on this side is the output connection box. So on the output connection box, I will open it as well. You see we have some massive copper bar connectors. The reason is because we go up to 1000 amps and this needs a bit of cross-section to carry the current. So this is the output side here, all well isolated. As I said earlier, AC up to 236 amps, 360 volt, and DC up to 1500 volt and 1000 amps. Also this one, how to connect the output, we will cover in a separate video. So this concludes the short introduction video and introduction tour for the PowerWave. I hope you get a good first impression about the PowerWave. As I said, we have more how-to videos where we show more in details how to connect it, but also how to use it in a local control and also our net control, the remote control software. Just as a short wrap-up, so the PowerWave is an electronic power source, 250 kilowatts, 250 kVA, AC-DC plus combined AC-DC. Thanks and hope to see you again in another video.